Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa podcast. If you're new, subscribe, drop this video a like and get involved. Get involved in this episode. It's there for you guys to play along and get involved with. There's still loads of time if you're a new player that you want to sort of join and start doing your scores. There's plenty of time for you to do so. So this is our score prediction show where we take a look at all of the game week fixtures and then sort of input them, and then you goes into a table, and then we've got leaders and we've got people that are down at the bottom, people at mid-table. I think I'm about mid-ish. So yeah, drop your thoughts and your score predictions in, and let's see how we do. So what's it all about? So you want to go to Up the Villa podcast. You want to go to upthevillapodcast.co.uk, and then you will go to something called Social Hub. Once you're on Social Hub, go on score predictions, and then you'll get sent to this sort of screen where you can log in, make an account, or just carry on doing your score predictions. So if we have a little look at the leaderboard first then. So Ben B is at the top with 26 points. Some of you have asked how the scoring's done. So you get 1 point for the correct game. So if Chelsea beat Luton, you've put Luton to lose 2-1, but they lose 3-1, then you'll get a point for getting that. And then you get 3 points for the correct score. So Ben B is at the top. See if I know a couple of your names. Davil 17th on 19. So there's loads of you in here. There's there must be about 400. I'm 28th place. So joint 28th on 18 points. So how many am I off the top? Not far off the top, to be fair. So I'm doing pretty well. Let's see if we can see any other names that sort of stand out to me. Ty Doyle, 90th place. Let's just keep going. How many have we got playing? Yeah, so I mean, there's got to be about 500 of you playing at the minute, because obviously there's loads on 312, 306, vice versa. So, yeah, there's loads of you in here then. So Ivan's 269th. So, Ivan, you need to pull your finger out. But yeah, right, let's get into it then. So we've got loads of you playing. So let's kick it off then. Chelsea v Luton. I'm going to go with a solid Chelsea victory at Stamford Bridge against Luton. They lost on their first game of the season against Brighton, and then they haven't played. They should have played Burnley, but their pitch wasn't ready, or stadium. I think Chelsea are doing okay. There's signs of some good football and then signs of some bad defending. So I think they're going to be okay. They look all right. So they want to recover from their loss against West Ham. So I'm going to go with a 3-0 Chelsea victory. On Saturday, we've got pretty much good stacked out day of football, to be fair. We've got Bournemouth against Tottenham. Very impressed with Spurs against Manchester United. Bournemouth started okay against Liverpool, lost their way a little bit, but they are one of my teams I've said this season are going to have a good season. I think I predicted them to finish 10th this season. So there's some good signings going in there. Just signed Tyler Adams. So they're looking like they've got a good squad going at the minute. Yes, it'll take a bit of time to adapt to their new manager's principles. Spurs, can they carry on against United? And that's the big question then, isn't it? Can they back up the big results against United? I think this is going to be a difficult game. So I'm going to go 2-2 in this. I'm going to go 2-2. Arsenal at Fulham. I think it's going to be a strong Arsenal victory. I think Fulham, since losing Mitrovic, I think they're going to struggle a little bit. They had a good victory against Everton and then lost to Brentford. So I'm going to go with a solid Arsenal win. Arsenal had to dig in against Crystal Palace. Hard-fought win, but they got it. So I think at home, I'm kind of always backing Arsenal at home now against most of the Premier League. I think they'll have too much for Fulham. Brentford have started the season really well. Palace, I think they've got 3 points. So this will be a tight one. I think I'm going to go with a 1-1 in this one. I think Hodgson Palace side is probably always going to be quite difficult to beat. This game is a dogfight, an absolute relegation dogfight already. Wolves away at Everton. Everton are going to want to look to do what Villa did after our opening day loss and bounce back. There's no goals. I see both these teams being at the bottom pretty much all season. Wolves potentially selling Mateus Nunes, so he's currently their best player. They'll get money for him. I don't think they'll spend that money. I think it will go into their owner's pocket. I think that's what the owners are now looking to do. I think they've sold the fans a little bit. I think their fans are thinking, yes, we're in financial fair play problems. Get the money in and recruit. But I don't think they're going to do that. I really don't think they're going to do that. I think they'll spend some, but I don't think they'll spend what's needed. Gary O'Neill, I don't rate him as a manager, if I'm being honest. I think he did okay at Bournemouth, but I think there was quite a few bad teams last season. I think he stumbled upon something and he went with it and it started to get some results. It would worry me how Bournemouth played towards the end of last season, the down tools job. No manager would stand for that. And I said once Wolves lost to United, I said, Wolves played really well, but can they play that well again? And I questioned it, and they weren't nowhere near that level against Brighton. And the frustrating thing is, as a football fan, is when you play well and lose. I've said it numerous times on Up the Villa podcast that play well and lose, it's horrible. So I'd be very worried if I was a Wolves fan. Because what you've got to think of as well is you've had a really good coach in Lopetegui who would have played some really good football. But then you go to Gary O'Neill. So if you think you're going to be okay under Lopetegui, how are you going to be under like Gary O'Neill? I'm sorry, but I think Wolves are going to struggle big time. I think Everton are going to struggle as well. I think the brand of football's really poor. I think the players aren't that great, but someone's got to win this game. And I'd probably say it would be Everton 1-0. United at home against Forest. I think this is a nice game for United to play after the loss against Spurs. At home, their players tend to play better at home. I think some of their players are home players, to be fair. They bring that different vibe that you don't see from them away from home. So I think at home, I'd probably back them to win 2-0. And Brighton against West Ham. Brighton have started the season really well, and Ciccio's now injured, so that's a big blow for them. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Brighton against West Ham. Sunday, we have Villa v Burnley. I've already touched on Villa in the match preview, so go and check that out if you want my thoughts on Villa. We've got City against Sheffield United. I'm going to go with a big 5-0 win. I think they're going to absolutely batter them. And then this is an interesting one. A bit of needle and a bit of niggle in this one, because Klopp's comments about the double duo on the touchline, and then you've sort of got the intensity of Newcastle. And this is an interesting game now, because Newcastle had a good result against Villa. They played okay in the second half against City. A big top 4 game this now. How are both teams going to approach this? How are both teams going to play? Liverpool will know what's coming and what to expect. I expect a real good game, and I'm going to go for a result that I think might surprise a few of you, and I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool. I think Liverpool have started the last 2 games quite slowly, but they've played okay. I mean, sorry, they started slow against Bournemouth and got the win. They started quick against Chelsea, and they drew that game. But I think there's something building with Liverpool's midfield. I really like it. I like Liverpool's midfield. Their forward line is attacking, and they've got a lot about them. Can Liverpool live with the Newcastle midfield? We'll have to see. But I'm going to go with a Liverpool 2-1 win. Have we got Monday night football? No, we haven't. So we haven't got any Monday night football. So it's just Friday, Saturday, Sunday. My predictions are in. So football fans, get your predictions in. And let's see how we do after this game week as well. So cheers everyone who's been playing and has been enjoying the content. And if you aren't a Villa fan and you've started watching and you've started playing it, thank you. And I'll speak to you all soon.